What's going on, everybody, and welcome to J Sports Seattle. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the Seahawks. This is going to be like an instant live sort of reaction, post-game reaction sort of video. So I'm just going to hop right into it. So if you like the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share for more Seahawks and Seattle sports content. And without further ado, let's get on with the video. All right, so we did it. Walked away with that dub. Not only did we walk away with our first away game win, we also walked away with our first overtime win under Mike Macdonald. So we are moving on to 2-0, and according to Rich Eisen, Mike Macdonald is the first Seahawks coach to start his career with the franchise 2-0 ever. So Mike Macdonald is looking like he's on the up and coming, and we're just going to hop right into this. So first off, great way to not let our mistakes get the best of us. We have done a lot of mistakes in this game. We committed a lot of mistakes in this game that I'm sure Mike is going to go over. And the way to stick through and just fight till the end. Just know the game is not over until it's over. So this, and then honestly, that's just good. That's good coaching right there. Like telling your guys, hey, the tie game, go out there and play like it's the last, like we're trying to win the Super Bowl. And boom. We went out there, got some crucial stops in both the fourth quarter and in overtime to set up the eventual field goal offense. Eventually rebounded and got that field goal. So, and it was looking like that if we wanted to, we could have scored that touchdown in overtime because we were driving down that field with ease. So, but what an amazing way to start out the season, 2-0 under the new head coaching system, and I couldn't be any happier to see that these guys are responding to Mike's coaching. Let's go over the stats and just go over like what's been going on, like what went on in this game. So first off, I'm giving the game ball to Geno Smith because this dude did not commit a single mistake. He did not commit a single mistake. Like this guy, like his pass rating is 103.1, but I feel like his QB rating is going to be like in the 60s or 70s because this dude absolutely balled out. Like he only threw one touchdown, but this dude threw for, what is that, 75% completion percentage? I mean, that is insane. Plus he threw that bomb to DK, which you saw right here on the right. Like, he had a great game today. And Zach Charbonnet, I mean, you know what? Like, I'm gonna give him props because even though he kind of struggled in the running game, he clutched up with those runs in the end, especially clutched up with that dive to convert that first down from third and long. So props to him for staying into it and just continuing to play. And you know what, man? Shout out to JSN and DK, man. Y'all balled the F out. Like, seriously, y'all balled out. Like, oh my goodness. JSN had an amazing game. Like, oh my goodness. 12 receptions, 117 yards, 9.8 a carry. Like, I was hoping we would get DK and JSN involved more, and we did. And Tyler Lockett took the back seat, but that's okay because last game he went off. So this is the thing I like about these wide receiver setups and like the wide receivers we have. One person can go off 1 week, another person can go off another week, or one person can, take a backseat 1 week and then two people can go off, like in this case. So this is great. I think Ryan Grubb did a way better job of scheming these guys to be open, and Geno made the correct throws as well. Geno made some dimes this game, like, oh my goodness. And Jake Bobo had a couple nice catches. Noah Fant had a nice catch. Although I do need to call out, you know what, actually, I'll get to that later. I'll talk I'll talk about like the negatives later and the cons later. Defensively, way to hold them to 20 points. We got diced yardage wise, but we only allowed them to score 20 points just like last week. So great way to keep bend but don't break. So we got crucial stops in the end, which was great. We almost had a chance. I know we had a chance to have a fumble recovery. They fumbled the ball at like their own 2 or 3, and we could have had it, but they got it back. But great way to come back and rebound back. Talk about the D-line. D-line, I think, did an okay job today. I feel like they need to do a better job of getting pressure. But overall, I mean, 3 sacks, that's all you can ask for. Leonard Williams had a monster day. He had a 1.5 sacks. Boy Mafe had another sack, back-to-back weeks with a sack to start out the season. What a good job this guy is doing so far. And like I said, I feel like he's up. He could be prime for a Pro Bowl year. And he also could have multiple other sacks too. He could be prime for a Pro Bowl year this year. So Byron Murphy had half a sack in a TFL. Like Murphy is showing why we picked him in this first round at 16th overall. So overall, great job defensively overall to just hold your ground. And the secondary got diced a little bit, but Devin Witherspoon, his name didn't really get called. Tariq Woolen, his name didn't really get called. I only saw him get burned, like not necessarily burned, but got beat in like one ball, and he was pretty tight coverage. It was just a great throw by what's his name? By Brissett. I don't know why I spaced on him. I got to talk about this guy right here though, Tyrese Knight, because Jerome Baker went out with his hamstring injury, which I feel like we got to keep him out for a bit if he's going to be dealing with that. But Tyrese Knight did an amazing job stepping in and filling in for him. He showed that he is an instinctual player and he can tackle still. So I feel like this guy, soon enough, Tyrese Knight's going to move his way up to a starting spot in the interior linebacker position. So props to him for coming in there and just doing a great job filling in. Julian Love had another great game. Pass deflection. He had 7 solos, which was all of his tackles. All of his tackles were solo tackles, which is great to see. He could be primed for another Pro Bowl year as well if he keeps this up. Dotson had another good game. Rashawn Jenkins had a good game, tackles-wise. So this is just good to see that overall everybody is doing well on their positions. Draymond Jones actually had a couple nice plays. So everyone contributed on the defense. It's just that we got to limit the yardage. I mean, we just need to get to the quarterback more. That's it. We've been allowing the times that we gave Brissett pressure, he struggled. And same with Bo Nix last week. We were pressuring Bo Nix a lot, and it affected him so much that he made errant throws and incomplete passes, interceptions. So next week, hopefully, when we face the Dolphins, we'll fix that up and get more pressure on the quarterback. So, but I'm gonna look at our stats after that. I don't know if it's updated yet since it says I only played 1 game still, but. Offensively, we're looking a little better yardage-wise. Points-wise, we need to get more points on the board. But we got away with the win because defense came through in the end. It just still says that we only played 1 game, so it's probably gonna take a minute. I mean, it makes sense. We just finished the game, so let's see. Yeah, a lot of these guys still saying they're only played 1 game. So yeah, we'll just come back to that later or at a different time. But let's just go over some of the stuff that happened. So yeah, shout out to Bob Condota. I'm using your page for the remainder of this video. Bob Condota, he was just going to be going over the entire game, almost like play-by-play, almost on X or Twitter. So let's see here. Yeah, so now that the Niners lost to the Vikings, we are now in first place, and right now the Cardinals and the Rams are facing off, and last time I checked, the Cardinals are up 7-0. So, but there was something I saw, right here. This was a bad call. This was an elephant call. Right here, you run play action because you haven't been running, and I'm sure Grubb will learn from this. But you've been running the ball all day up to that point, and you haven't had any success. You're lining up into a very predictable run formation. Obviously, you're going to get stopped for a loss on 4th and 1. There, you got to run play action because they're expecting you to run the ball. You run play action, and boom, people are going to be open. So, hopefully, that's a learning moment for Ryan Grubb, and he'll learn, to mix it up and don't be so predictable. But he did a great job finishing the game, in my opinion, and he did a great job of making sure Geno played mistake-clean football, which is really all that matters in the end. So it's just great to see. Let's see. All right, so on the negatives, I got to talk about the offensive line. The offensive line had an iffy game. They had some good moments, they had some bad moments, but they allowed I think 3 sacks or 4 sacks on Geno. Not good, unacceptable. Laken Tomlinson had another horrible game. I saw him get beat multiple times, especially on a sack early in the game. And I think it's time. If he continues to play like this, I think we're going to have to bench him in favor of Christian Haynes and see what he has. I think he's playing at that right guard position. Or he could be playing right tackle because I know George Fan is out. So unless I think Stone Forsythe could be playing right tackle. But I think Tomlinson is playing right guard. So if he keeps playing like the way he's playing, he's not playing well. I feel like there is a chance we're going to need to have to, either split reps with Christian Haynes just to kind of ease him in, or completely replace him with Christian Haynes, because he is costing this offense a lot with a lot of these missed blocks and getting beat. And overall, just penalties. Penalties is another big thing. We need to clean up on penalties. I think we had like 7 or 8 penalties for like 60 or 70 yards, or 50 or 60 yards. We just can't have penalties. And I'm sure Mike McDonald's going to get on these guys to, hey, but we got to play clean football, because that's not penalties is. We had multiple promising drives on offense that got stalled out by penalties. So we need to work on penalties for sure, and that's on the O-line. Defensively, tackling was I really did not like tackling in this game. I think the tackling needs to improve a lot more. Oh my goodness, there was that one play where Boye Mafe had that one guy in the backfield. It was a horrible play call by the Patriots, and they had him in the backfield. Mafe missed a tackle. That's a tackle you cannot miss right there, Mafe. I know you went out and had a great game, but that was a tackle you couldn't miss. And then not only that, 2 other people missed tackles after that. We just can't have missed tackles like that. So Mike McDonald's will definitely tell these guys, hey, you got to tackle better. Like that's unacceptable. And there was a lot of times where we allowed 3rd and longs. That's also unacceptable. Like you guys have to do better. And I'm sure Mike's still installing this defense is still young, and it's still trying to they're trying to figure stuff out, try to figure out what's working, what's not. So I'm not going to really blame Mike. I need the players to perform. Mike's trying to put you guys in a place to succeed. You guys got to perform. So but we're 2-0. I will savor the win, but I couldn't go. I have to go over what we can improve on. And then there's still a lot to improve on. It's early in the season, so we have a lot of time to make adjustments. And, we have another team next week that may or may not have their starting quarterback. Tua may or may not play, but if not, it looks like it'll be Skylar Thompson. And then after that, we'll be going into Detroit, where we'll be facing a great team in the Lions. I don't know if I saw that they were down 20-16 and they had the ball driving. I don't know if they won or not, but that they're a good team too. They were just in the NFC Championship last year, so we got another point in that. Side note, I know we're going to move on to the Niners. They just lost to the Vikings, but they also lost their star running back, their best running back in the league, and Christian McCaffrey to IR. He's been dealing with like ankle and Achilles tendonitis issues. So definitely you definitely want to be safe with that, because you do not want to make that injury worse, and you don't want to potentially turn that Achilles tendonitis into potential tear. So which would end his season. So definitely a good call by the Niners to put him on IR. The earliest he could come back is actually against us in Week 6, so there is a chance we'll probably face him in Week 6, because he'll have 4 weeks to recover. But yeah, overall our schedule is a little up and down the next few weeks. Like I said, we got the Dolphins, who may or may not have Tua, but they still have Waddle and Hill and A-Chain, and I don't know if Mostert is hurt or not, but he's playing. And they have a good defense too, but they did get destroyed by the Bills, even with Tua in, because Tua threw in 3 interceptions before he went out with the injury. But we'll see what happens. But overall great game today. We got away with the win. We were able to, like I said, not let the mistakes affect us, and we kept battling back. So great way to stay in the game and get that W in the end. And we'll be coming back home against the Dolphins next week. So. Great job, guys. And yeah, so I think that's all I have for this video. If you like the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share for more Seahawks and Seattle sports content. I'll probably be making another video this week. I'll be making another video just previewing the game against the Dolphins, so stay tuned for that. So thank you for stopping by. Have a good day, and go Hawks, go Mariners, and go Kraken.